I'm still kind of trying to process what took place and why it took place. Now, they're probably saying budget cuts. There's some people saying that it's about to go up for sale, so they're making cuts to try to increase the valuation. There's a lot of stuff floating around. But WWE has released now 6 more talents: Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Santana Garrett, Buddy Murphy, and Ruby Riott. Of those 6, 3 of them have been on TV recently. Braun Strowman was just at a pay-per-view, just in a pay-per-view main event. Lana was just on Raw Monday, May the 31st. And Ruby Riott was on the previous SmackDown, which was May 28th or something like that. What is going on? And Aleister Black literally just returned 2 weeks ago to the flesh. He did a month of promo and preparation for his character. Even he's surprised that he was released. I have no earthly idea to how to explain what is taking place in Stanford, other than the fact that they're probably going for, maybe it is up for sale now. And I think it's hard to argue with it. Now, did it mean that these people were making too much money? Who knows? Depending on the output, who knows? But they're in a position now where you have interrupted so much, and that's really what I care about. Like I like the wrestlers themselves, most of them will be fine. I don't have to. We don't have to worry about whether Aleister Black is going to be able to find a job or not, or whether Ruby Riott or Santana Garrett or Buddy Murphy is going to find a job or not. Now, Braun Strowman, on the other hand, has never worked anywhere else, so he's going to probably find a more difficult time. But I think even he will find another place to work. The issue is Braun Strowman was taken out of the storyline. He wasn't really in the storyline. But Aleister Black, you literally had him cost Big E the Intercontinental Championship, and then you fire him. Literally, Lana was in tag team with Naomi. And, they lost, but still. And same thing with Ruby Riott. So now you had 2 women's tag teams that you just broke up for no reason. In a particular point in time when you don't have a lot of women's tag teams. Now, can WWE easily replace all of these people? For the most part, yes. WWE has a very, very, very deep roster. I'm talking super deep. There's plenty of people in NXT who don't even show up on TV, right? And we already know that. They talk about, well, WWE's hoarding talent. They're hoarding talent. It's like, unless they're about to gut NXT and absolutely take like 10 or 15 people out of the brand, I don't know what they're doing. Because NXT could easily replace it with new recruits. But I'm stunned. The Braun Strowman release is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Because they have been falling all over themselves to push the guy for months, years. When he really wasn't good, they stuck with him and they kept with him and they kept pushing him. And then eventually he got a little bit better. Personality and everything got a little bit better. Now they made him world champion just last year, and now he's fired. What the fuck is going on? Aleister Black, they had him off TV for like 7 or 8 months. They could have fired him during that point in time. They kept him on the roster. As soon as he comes back, he's a month into his return, and he just shows up on TV. He gets fired. What the fuck? That's the stuff that is taking me out. Like Murphy, Santana Garrett, okay, whatever. Ruby Riott and Lana, those are kind of controversial, but I understand. But Aleister Black and Braun Strowman make no sense to me. They make no sense to me. And I'm definitely surprised at what's happening here. So that begs the question, are they up for sale? Is it a situation where they're trying to cut the roster so that, they can sell like a higher valuation? It's entirely possible. I do think that maybe now that's the big picture. Or it could just be that, hey, we don't need these guys anymore. We don't see anything in them. They're not progressing. They're not getting any better. Even though Aleister Black really didn't get a shot. You know, they were up and down with him. They were pretty consistent with Braun Strowman. But Lana didn't really get a shot. I mean, well, she did, but kind of. And people complained, and now she's gone, and they're complaining that she's gone. Ruby Riott, you know, never really got a chance, you know, but it is what it is. Buddy Murphy never really got a chance either. But I'm really surprised that they released all of these people now. But now I'm looking at all the people that they kept and wondering, why is Ricochet still there? You know? Why is, you know, like, what is he still doing there? And there's other people on the roster where I'm looking like, okay, why do we still have, you know, this guy? You know, why does NXT still have so many, a glut of talent? We have to ask the question now that what are they doing? You know, especially with somebody who is a unique wrestler like Braun Strowman, who is very unique, you know, because of his size. It would have stood to reason that he would have been there forever, at least as long as he could be. You know, is it possible that they just make too much money and they wouldn't renegotiate or whatever? Possible. But I'm more leaning towards the idea that they're probably up to sell the company. And I wasn't in this camp because I don't believe that Vince McMahon will sell it while he's still alive. But I think that they're preparing for that idea, and maybe they're trying to see what they can get, and you know, getting out of the rat race seems to me to be, you know, especially with the streaming services and everything, everybody's throwing around big money. WWE is a smaller company in this position. It's entirely possible that they are just like, hey, we're out of here. There's a lot of consolidation going on. You got MGM just got bought. Warner Brothers, and all of them are just getting bought up. WWE is smaller than all of those companies. It's entirely possible that somebody's about to make an offer and just say, look, we'll just give you $5-6 billion for the whole lock, stock, and barrel and call it a day. You know? And look, it's not just about the releases to me. If they sell WWE, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep watching it. Because I am not interested in seeing what NBC or Comcast or Disney or anybody is going to turn WWE into. I am not interested in that. I would rather it be poorly run by Vince McMahon and not making the right decisions than seeing it, whatever it is going to turn into, under the hands of some fucking mega corporation. And it just being one of the things on the books of some mega corporation. I'm not interested in that. But these releases are a huge surprise. And I was taken completely by surprise by Aleister Black and Braun Strowman. I'm floored by those decisions. But I mean, sure, you know, they release people all the time. Very rarely is there 2 rounds, 3 rounds of releases. They just released a bunch of people out of the office too, due to restructuring and stuff like that. And I'm shocked. I'm as shocked as anybody.